Have you ever had to let go of your child before you were ready? Maybe it was their first day of school, or dropping them off at college, or watching them walk into a world you can't fully protect them from. Your heart whispers prayers no one else hears. God, please go with them. Keep them safe when I no longer can. There's a woman in the Bible who knows exactly what that feels like. Her name is Jochebed, the mother of Moses, and her story reminds every mother today, even when you can't hold your child, God still does. Jochebed lived in Egypt during a time of oppression. Pharaoh feared the strength of the Israelites and gave a cruel command. Every Hebrew boy that is born you must throw into the Nile. Exodus 1:22. Imagine the terror gripping every mother's heart. Imagine giving birth, and instead of celebration, there is fear. Instead of joy, there is dread. And yet, in this darkness, a baby is born, a beautiful boy. And Jochebed looks into his eyes and makes a decision that would change history. She would not let fear win. She saw that he was a fine child and hid him for 3 months. Exodus 2:2. For 3 months she held him close, rocked him, hid every cry. Every knock at the door could have meant death. Still, she fought for her son with all she had, the basket of faith. But time ran out. She could no longer hide him. So Jochebed did the unthinkable, not out of fear, but out of faith. She got a papyrus basket for him, coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. Exodus 2:3. This wasn't just a desperate act, it was an act of surrender. She made the basket her altar, and her baby became an offering of trust. Can you see her? Tears running down her face, hands trembling as she releases the basket into the water. Her final prayer whispered, Lord, I give him back to you. That moment was not weakness. It was the purest form of motherhood, trusting God with what you love most. God intervenes as he always does. As the basket floats along the Nile, God is already at work. Pharaoh's daughter finds the baby. She draws him from the water and names him Moses, drawn out. And right there, standing nearby, is Moses' sister Miriam. She speaks up, Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you? Exodus 2:7. And just like that, Jochebed is called back, not only to care for her son, but now under the protection of Pharaoh's palace. God returned her child to her arms, safely and miraculously. Jochebed's story may feel ancient, but it's deeply personal for mothers today, because just like her, you've been asked to trust God in the unknown. Maybe you're praying over a child who's struggling, or releasing your teenager to make their own choices, or watching from a distance longing to step in, but knowing you can't. Jochebed reminds us surrender isn't weakness, it's worship. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. When you place your child in God's hands, you're not giving up. You're giving them to the one who created them, the one who has a plan far greater than you can see. Jochebed's faith didn't just save her son, it raised up a deliverer, a leader, a man who would set God's people free. There will be moments where all you can do is pray and let go. But remember this, God is already down the river. He goes ahead of your child. He surrounds them with grace. He places the right people at the right time. And he honors the faith of a mother who trusts him. By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months. They were not afraid of the king's edict. Hebrews 11:23. So today, be strong like Jochebed. Be brave enough to release and be full of hope, knowing that God always catches what you place in his hands. You may not be placing your baby in a basket on a riverbank, but every day, in some way, you are surrendering them to a world you can't control. You're letting go, piece by piece, through prayers whispered in the dark, through tears cried in secret, through sleepless nights and hopeful mornings. And maybe, just maybe, no one sees the strength it takes, but God sees. He saw you, bet he sees you when you pray over your child's future, when you fight in the quiet places, When you choose trust over fear, you are walking in the footsteps of a mother who changed history. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Jochebed didn't know that her little boy would grow up to part the Red Sea, that the baby she surrendered would become the one to lead a nation to freedom. You don't know who your child is becoming either, but God does, and He is writing a story through your faith that is far greater than you can see right now. So hold your head high, prayers rise like incense, and know this: your faith is not invisible, your motherhood is not in vain, and your God is always faithful, just like He was for Jochebed. He will be for you.